Alright, welcome to my first video.
Marques Brownlee, also known as MKBHD, has been on YouTube for a long time. His first tech video was uploaded on January 1st, 2009. Fast forward to today, and he's got over 16 million subscribers, 3 billion views, his production quality is on a whole different level, and he's the go-to YouTuber for tech reviews. So how did he do it?
And Marques Brownlee.
To understand how Marques became so successful, let's look at the big picture. I credit 3 main reasons for Marques' success. First, his personality. Second, the octopus arms, which I'll explain. And lastly, the fact that we can trust him, which in this industry is huge. Let's start with his personality. He comes across as a genuine person really trying to help his viewers. He's authentic, has a calm demeanor, and clearly puts a lot of time and effort into each video he uploads. It's clear that tech is a real passion of his, even if it may be number 2 behind Ultimate Frisbee, which he's really freaking good at. Even looking back at his videos when he had pretty much no production quality, his passion was there. Number 2, the octopus arms. This is an analogy he's used many times, and it's an essential part of his success. I'll let Marques explain it in his own words.
What is our job as a YouTube tech reviewer? It's a lot of different jobs in one. This applies to a lot of creative industries, but as a tech YouTuber, for example, you have to be a professional product tester, a professional writer if you're scripting your stuff, a professional video producer, so you have to set up the camera, the lighting, the audio, all that stuff. You're a professional on-camera talent now too, because you have to talk to that camera and present those ideas in the script. You're a professional editor, and you have to manage all the inbox and the sponsor deals. You are the financial accountant. You are the products, the strategist for all the content. It's a lot. And so to me, hiring an editor, for example, feels like chopping off the editing arm, handing it to someone who's really good, and letting them teach that brain and that arm to do more than it ever could with you trying to focus on everything at once.
This is important, and it's something a lot of creators fail to do. They simply don't want to give up any creative control. But Marques clearly saw the value in having a team around him, and it shows in his videos. For example, hiring a designer has significantly increased the quality of his videos, especially the intros and outros, and at times it feels as if we're watching something from a massive company. And lastly, he's built a reputation over the past 14 years. To put it simply, we can trust him. The tech reviewer industry is a muddy one, with lots of things going on behind the scenes. One negative review that gets millions of views could have a serious impact on the sales of a product. So even though Marques and a lot of other tech YouTubers started his channel out of passion and wanting to share his insights, he's kind of reached a point where his videos can make or break the sentiment of a product. And I want to be clear about this, he's earned it. Even though he's been on YouTube for a long time, Marques was not actually part of the first wave of tech YouTubers.
So you must have been like one of the earliest people on YouTube then.
I would consider myself like in the second wave of YouTube. There's a lot of like OG YouTubers from like 2007.
Yeah.
That's like when it first started. I was 2009.
Okay.
It's been a journey for this.
Let's rewind and look at the tech reviewer landscape on YouTube back in 2009. There's Chris Pirillo, iJustine, Austin Evans, Soldier Knows Best, Ty Moss, aka Ty's iPhone Help, and John Redinger. Fast forward to today, and here's how that landscape looks. Some creators are still here today, and Marques himself didn't actually really start taking off until 2013. Now, you may see this and think, how is Marques the king of YouTube tech if he doesn't even have the most subscribers? Well, subscribers are not the only metric for success. For example, let's look at views. In the past 30 days, Marques has over 45 million views, with a yearly estimate of over 544 million. Unbox Therapy has 4 million views over the past month, with an annual projection of 57 million. This is still really good by YouTube standards, but equates to about 10% of Marques' views. In addition to views, another measurement of success is reputation within the tech industry. This is where a little subjectivity comes in. Unbox Therapy tends to utilize clickbait more and relies on the mystery and intrigue of unboxing something. Now, Marques also does unboxings here and there, although he's decreased them significantly over the past year, only having done 2. His videos roughly fall into one of two categories: reviews and everything else. In this second category, these videos may not have the initial pop of a review of the latest hot Apple product, for example, but they often have a longer shelf life and don't really feel outdated a year later. A good example of this is a recent video he did where he said yes to review every product he was offered to via email. It's an original concept and his viewers seem to love it. And who knows, maybe it'll become a series one day. Reinvesting YouTube earnings back into your channel is something more and more creators are doing, and Marques is one of them. He has a 7,000 square foot studio that costs him $30,000 a month in rent alone. This top-down room has a ready-to-go setup that takes only 1 minute to fire up. It's got roughly $100,000 worth of equipment, and is a great example of how Marques and the team can stay efficient. For example, many of his thumbnails for his videos are taken with this camera. Each room in the studio serves a purpose. If you want a full tour, Colin and Samir have a great video, which I'll link in the description. If you add it all up, the total approximate cost of the MKBHD studio is $1 million. And Marques has said he thinks it will only last another year or two until they outgrow it. And speaking of growth, here's how Social Blade projects the MKBHD channel to grow, hitting 20 million subscribers in about 2 years. His success has led to some incredible opportunities, interviewing people like Kobe Bryant, Elon Musk, President Obama, and even being a guest on the Joe Rogan podcast. In 2018, he won Creator of the Decade, beating out creators like Casey Neistat and Jenna Marbles. Let's take another look at this point, because when tech reviewers get as big as Marques, companies will do pretty much anything to get you to make a video saying positive things about their product in front of the millions of viewers. And Marques' view on this says a lot about his character.
So for me, for the MKBHD channel, you should know, 1, I have never and will never do paid reviews, and 2, I have never and will never give a manufacturer an early look at a review before it goes live. Every time you see a review, you're seeing it at the same time that manufacturer is seeing it too.
He's mentioned this personal policy of his on a few podcasts, and it really resonates positively with his viewers. It puts this reassurance in the back of our minds that the next time we watch an MKBHD review, we know 100% that he's giving us his honest opinion, and that's really all we can ask for. Marques has reached the top of his industry because of the 3 reasons I discussed, plus a lot of hard work. I'll end with one more clip, which is the takeaway from this video.
I have absolutely no concern about my relationship with a company changing because of something I say in a review, because I plan on saying the truth every time.